So in my last video, it was a reaction to obviously the direct that just happened, and this is the day after the direct, and I still have more to say, obviously, but I want to focus on one particular point, and that is that in my last video, normally I watch these directs like all day. Like I watch the video over and over and over. I watch other people's reactions to the video. I don't skip around, but when I made my video, even though I had watched it several times, I never noticed that Shadow was actually briefly shown as an assist trophy, and I was talking out my ass like Shadow will be in the game. Shadow is an assist trophy once again, so Shadow will not be an Echo Fighter, he will not be an original DLC fighter, he will not be in the game at all. He will not be a fighter. And that is shocking to me because I mean, everyone was calling this for a reason. If you're gonna do an Echo Fighter, doing Shadow makes so much sense. And Sonic was a third party that's been in every Smash since Brawl. Since the first Smash that has had third parties, Sonic has always been there. Snake was not in Smash 4, Sonic was. Now, for when it comes to Metal Gear, only one assist trophy is happening for Metal Gear. That's Gray Fox returning from Brawl, which is very cool. I think Gray Fox is the perfect choice, and if it wasn't Gray Fox, then I would honestly say it should be like a Metal Gear itself. I don't think Liquid should be one, for example, but you might have to fight a Metal Gear as a boss in the game itself. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But I noticed that they didn't show. There's things they showed, things they didn't show, and that kind of confuses me. Now, they waited a long time to show Shadow, and at this point, we didn't know that there would be two assist trophies for Sonic. When they showed Knuckles, they just never showed Shadow, and no one's found Shadow. Shadow just wasn't in the game at all. Now, Shadow's animation is way different. He holds the Chaos Emerald up above his head. It's a lot cooler this way. I really like it this way. But it would have been nicer if they would have shown that Shadow was returning. The fact that we didn't know really drove a lot of us crazy with speculating, and I didn't know how bad I wanted Shadow, and really how bad I want another Sonic character. I mean, I wanted Knuckles for a long time, and getting him as an assist trophy, that makes me perfectly happy. I don't need Knuckles to be playable, but another Sonic character as a playable character would be super cool. I mean, yes, nowadays Sonic's games are mostly solo, where you play as Sonic and sometimes you play as another Sonic. It's like with Sonic games, you only play as two Sonics. But back in the day, man, you played as a lot of different characters. You played as Tails, Knuckles, Shadow, Amy, Rouge the Bat, Big the Cat, Gamma, Omega, Eggman himself sometimes, the Chaotix crew with Espido and Charmy B and Vector, as well as Mighty, and Ray is not a part of that, but Ray also came back as playable for Sonic Mania, just like Mighty did. So like, there's so many characters, and obviously I'm not saying put in fucking Espido as a playable character. I don't want Charmy B as a playable character, but Tails, Shadow, or Knuckles would all be perfect. And heck, I wanted Eggman for Smash 4, and then when they put in Bowser Jr., I was like, oh, well, I guess Eggman probably shouldn't be playable, because Bowser Jr. pretty much is like what I would want Eggman to be. I want Eggman to be a guy who flies around in his little cart, and his special attacks would be based off of like different boss appearances from the Sonic Genesis games. But and maybe his final smash could be something from one of the later games, like Sonic Adventure or Sonic Heroes or something. But something I've been noticing is the lack of Sonic love. And I mean, yes, since Brawl, Smash 4, and it looks like even an Ultimate with the form of Spirits, there is always some love for Sonic fans with trophies and stickers. There's always love there for Sonic fans, but it's never, it's not. When I look at how much love Mega Man is getting, Mega Man has two assist trophies, just like Sonic does. Both of his assist trophies are brand new. One is Zero from Mega Man X, and one is Dr. Wily from Mega Man. Now, I think that is perfect. I think that is an actually perfect way to represent Mega Man. Have one character who's not quite from the Mega Man he's from the Mega Man universe, but he's not from the same canon franchise thing that Mega Man is from. Yes, I know Mega Man X is based in the future for Mega Man. Trust me, I'm a huge Mega Man X fan, but you never see Zero and Mega Man together, because Zero is in the future. And so having him in the game and then having Wily in the game is really cool. Plus, Zero does this job of representing the Capcom Versus series. So really, having Zero in the game has connections to not just Mega Man, but has connections to Ryu as well. Even some slight connections to Monster Hunter, since the Monster Hunter character is in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. But basically, though, the Mega Man having 2 assist trophies is perfect. Sonic having 2 assist trophies is also good. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad. And I thought even, one of those things early on was I thought maybe Shadow will still be an assist trophy. Maybe they're just removing Shadow's assist trophy and it doesn't matter. We're reading too much into it. And that's honestly where I stood with Shadow. Probably won't be playable, and Knuckles will just replace him. And I thought that was how it's going to be because Shadow's not that big a deal, I guess. And then it turns out Shadow's not completely removed from the game. Another thing, I feel like it was a missed opportunity not showing like Eggman as a boss or something, but Eggman might still be a boss. And I'm thinking Wily might be a boss too that you have to unlock by beating him. Because with the Spirits mode, it's very clear that in Spirits mode you will be fighting certain characters. Like you will be fighting assist trophies sometimes, and I bet you there will be a part in Spirits mode where you have to fight the Waluigi assist trophy, and I bet he'll take over the body of Waluigi colored Luigi or something. Like I am almost positive there'll be a Waluigi spirit in that mode. I'm almost positive. Or maybe you have to fight Wario with Waluigi together or something like that. I'm almost positive. But it's just like, we don't know yet. And so far we do know that obviously there's a Tail spirit, there's a Blaze the Cat spirit, there's a Silver spirit, and there's most likely going to be a Shadow spirit as well. It's too easy to do. You just make it Sonic. There'll be a Knuckles spirit, and it'll probably have Knuckles' assist trophy that you have to fight. It'd be really cool to fight Sonic and Knuckles at the same time, and Shadow will appear every so often or something like that. But to me, I really wanted... This was a really big missed opportunity here. And Sakurai already said he's not doing Echo Fighters as DLC, and I mean, why would we pay for that? If they're gonna do Echo Fighters for DLC, it better be free. If you're gonna do an Echo Fighters DLC, it better come out for free if you buy one of the new DLC characters. Like maybe if they do Heihachi as a DLC character, it'll come with like Jin or something and as Echo. But obviously, Jin wouldn't make a good Echo for Heihachi. I'm just trying to make a example here. I can't really think of a good one right now, but. To be honest, I don't think there's going to be any more Echoes. I think this is as far as we get as Echoes. And I am just completely confused as to how Shadow, when I look at Shadow and Ken, I see Shadow as way more of an Echo than Ken. Ken, it looks like they had to go through so much extra effort to get him in. And I'm really confused as to the decision to update Shadow's character model. Look at Shadow and then say like, yeah, he wouldn't work as an Echo for Sonic. Sonic, it's like they pretty much must have just not wanted to give Sonic an Echo. And it's confusing. It's so confusing. Like, I don't get it. And Simon and Richter happening was really cool because Simon's a brand new character. This game is a brand new... this game introducing Echoes is brand new. So if they're making new characters, they could try to look at those new characters and say, can we give new Echoes for new characters? Can we make Echoes for new characters as well? And I think Simon's the only newcomer who's got an Echo. And I think that was a smart decision. But especially for the Belmonts, like having 2 different Belmonts and they're all the Belmonts trained the same way, it makes a ton of sense. But I'm not sure what's going on with like why it's like they looked at all their characters, looked at Ryu and said, oh, we could easily make an Echo for Ryu and make it Ken. And then not see that same potential with Shadow, that blows my damn mind. And it's not like, again, it's very unlikely that we're going to get DLC that are Echo Fighters. So maybe I had this theory that maybe Shadow will be DLC and he'll come out the same time as Tails. But it seems like Sakurai outlined what he's doing in the DLC very clearly. He didn't say some of these characters are coming with echoes. He said it'll be a character, a stage, and a song. You know, he didn't say, he said basically no more echoes. So, you know, my dream that Tails will be a playable character and then Metal Sonic will also be an echo or something, because Shadow's an assist. So Shadow can't be a playable character, but maybe Metal Sonic could be an Echo. Now, Metal Sonic would be a worse Echo than Shadow. Shadow would make way more sense. So we just have to... Basically, Sonic's not getting an Echo. That's just not happening. So instead, we just have to sit there and pray that Tails gets in. But, you know, would they really do Tails and then make a new Sonic stage when there's already two Sonic stages, you know? It doesn't make any sense. I think that Sonic... I think that Eggman's not happening as a playable character. I think Tails isn't happening as a playable character. You know, I think that Ken and Richter are the only two cases of third-party characters getting secondary characters from the same third-party game. You know, it's just not happening. You know, there's no... It's not happening. So, as far as DLC goes, I don't know what to expect. There's a lot of... you know, theories out there. Some people are saying Geno is already deconfirmed because apparently he did show up in the Spirit mode. I didn't see him in the trailers, but if people are saying it, I'm pretty sure they're right. And if Geno really isn't coming as DLC, that will be shocking. However, I'm thinking as far as DLC goes, it'll either be Geno or Sora. I highly doubt it'll be both of them. But if Sora is DLC, that would be huge. And that would be worth waiting for, mind you. If Sora is DLC, that would be huge. And if who else? Banjo could still be DLC. It might be easier for Nintendo and Microsoft to make this deal happen if Banjo's DLC and not in the main game. I think that's completely possible. I think that Heihachi is a huge possibility. I think that Heihachi is probably, like, I think after Simon, he's the one that makes the most sense. Not mainly because Simon is like the last of the classic game characters, like Mario, Sonic, Mega Man, Simon. Those are like the four classics, you know. And after that, you know, those are like the four big hitters for each of their classic big hitters from each of their companies. Obviously, Ryu and Snake are the new big hitters for their companies. Sort of like how Kingdom Hearts is kind of becoming more popular than Final Fantasy nowadays. But, you know, Final Fantasy is still pretty much treated like it's the big hitter. But having Cloud and Sora would be good for Square Enix. But the funny thing is, it's like, yeah, Mega Man and Simon are like not really, when you think Konami and Capcom, you don't think them anymore. You think that's how they used to be. But now they're represented with characters like Ryu and characters like Snake. So that's cool. But I do think that you know, after that, Namco is the juggernaut of a game company, and Tekken is probably their most important, their most biggest franchise they have. And so putting Heihachi in, or maybe another Tekken character in, would make a ton of sense. It would be so cool if they showed like a trailer of Ryu fighting Heihachi, you know, and like Ryu, or plus like Ryu and Ken at the same time, or something like that, fighting against Heihachi. And then like maybe Mario comes in alongside Ryu and they're both shooting like fireballs because Ryu shoots a fireball Hadouken. You know, like maybe Ryu shoots the big Hadouken, then Mario gets to the other side, shoots a giant fireball, his like final smash fireball or something. And like Heihachi just like, you know, like takes it in or something because he's so powerful. Like Heihachi would be freaking cool. So I do think that, I think Heihachi is like, and the other reason why I think Heihachi is such a high chance is because they showed Akira from Virtual Fighter 1. And as you remember, when they first debuted Akira as a Mii Fighter costume, he came out at the same pass as Heihachi did. And so the whole point was that Ryu, Heihachi, and Akira were all in the same game, sort of like Project Crosstown, where it's Sega, Capcom, and Namco. It's all their fighters, you know, it's their big three fighters. And Akira is a assist trophy, which is so perfect because Virtual Fighter is very important for video game history, especially fighting game history. It's, you know, very old school fighting game. And a lot of the people who worked on the original Virtual Fighter left and started working on Tekken later. So Virtual Fighter is a very important fighting game when it comes, especially when it comes to 3D fighters. So having him in the game and as an assist trophy, he doesn't need to be playable, but he's just there for the history of it all. Heihachi, on the other hand, no Tekken assist trophies at all, but you're gonna put in something from Virtual Fighter, which is kind of random and out of left field. It's more Sega representation, and fuck yeah, Sega. Like, I'm so sad that there's not enough Sonic representation, but at least Akira from Virtual Fighter is getting some goddamn representation, and maybe there'll be something else from Sega. But Sega's like next biggest property, I feel like, is like the Yakuza games, and I highly doubt they're getting anything. And then after that, it's like the Atlas games, like Persona and stuff like that. And that would be absolutely mind blowing if Joker from Persona 5 appeared. But until I think of other characters, Joker from Persona 5 is probably my top pick, especially because I'm so iffy on Banjo. Banjo is like, it's like when I make my list for pre-order characters, I'm going to have to put like a little mark next to Banjo, being like, if I'm gonna have to say 6 instead of 5, and be like, in case Banjo isn't going to happen, this is what my next one will be. And then I'll have to do a little asterisk next to Sora and Gino, because both of them are iffy. But like Sora and Gino kind of count as the same one for me, basically saying Square Enix character. A lot of people who had insider information were trying to say Terra from Final Fantasy VI. I voted for her in the ballot, so don't get me wrong, I won her. But Cloud came out after Terra, and I highly doubt there'll be another Final Fantasy character. But God, Terra would be the perfect one, man. That's my favorite Final Fantasy. 6, 7's my second favorite. Please, I would love Terra, and then maybe some assist trophies. There's no Final Fantasy assist trophies. There's very little Final Fantasy representation in this game, and that's the sad part. But I think it has more to do with Square Enix than it has to do with Nintendo and Smash, because there's so much representation for Mega Man and Sonic and Street Fighter. No Chun-Li. I highly doubt we'll get another Street Fighter character as DLC. I think Ken is all we're getting. And so, even though I would love another Street Fighter character, I don't think it's going to happen. And I think that's why a character like Heihachi is more reasonable. Please, 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 please be Heihachi. It might not be Heihachi, but he was in Smash 4 as a fighter, or as a Mii fighter. So, but besides that, I'm still not so sure, because, the choices, there's so many, and sometimes they make weird ones. But either way, this video is going on a tangent. I mainly just kind of wanted to talk more about my opinion on more of this stuff. I didn't talk much about the story in Spirits Mode, and the fact that it is like this big map that you navigate through, and that there's potentially going to be more cutscenes. In fact, I'm pretty sure there's going to be more cutscenes. And the fact that that's how you're going to unlock characters as well. And, there is like a story. It goes on. Eventually you complete the story. I'm honestly all about this. This is pretty much exactly what I wanted from the story mode. I didn't want it to be like Subspace. It seems like a lot of people don't like the platforming aspects of it. I just wanted to see cool team-ups and stuff like that. And I think that's what we're going to get. So, I don't think we're going to get, I don't think we're going to get cool team-ups in the sense of it makes you play as certain characters. But you'll start out with certain characters, and you might be limited to who you can pick for each mission. And I think that's a cool aspect. So I'm very excited for that. So I am excited for Spirits Mode. I can't believe it's actually called Spirits Mode. I don't know, but either way, I think there was people leaking the information that basically said exactly what it was already. In fact, when I was watching, I remember being like, this is exactly what someone said. So someone actually knew, which is kind of funny. But either way, yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. The game looks awesome. And the more I watch of Incineroar, the more I want to play him. I already think Ken looks really good. I'm very happy about that. And I will try the Plant when he comes out. And Plant is free. He's free. And I'm gonna be buying the game day one already. So, yeah, the plant is free, and that's cool. So I can't be mad about the plant. There's still 5 more characters coming. Maybe there'll be another free one eventually, or something like that. But the plant is like a very weird character that no one asked for, but he's also free, so no one can be mad. Will he return in the next Smash game? Like while he's even in the Smash game, it's kind of crazy the idea that a generic enemy is in Smash. That's seriously Super Smash Flash territory. No one's seen Bandana D yet, and to me, I feel like Bandana D makes more sense as an assist trophy than a character. But the fact that he's still missing is kind of crazy. And when Kirby Star Allies came out this year, I feel like he has a chance to being DLC. So I will. I'm trying. I'm already brainstorming ideas for DLC predictions, and some of them I already said in this video. I'm going to literally have to come up with like 8, because there's only 5, but I'm gonna have to like come up with a bunch of extra ones like just in case. And that's because I'm kind of unsure of what direction this game's going in. So yeah, I'm going to end it on that. Why does Sakurai hate Sonic so much?